Hey guys, Billy from Blue Sky, and I'm here to talk to you about different lubes that we have in the shop. So first question is, what is lube and why is it good for your bikes? Lube is what you put on your chain to make sure it runs smooth, it doesn't kink. If you've ever taken your bike out of the shed and you realize it's nice and dry and it feels crispy almost, that's because it needs some lubricant on it. So the way you keep your bike running nice and smooth for long periods of time is to keep up with lubricating your chain. So the way that you put lube onto your bike is you'll take the lube, and when you take the cap off, of course keep your cap off when you're actually putting it on, but you're going to put it right here and you're going to start to drip it and squirt it on. And you'll spin the chain backwards. And you want to make sure you get it all over the entire chain. Once you notice that your entire chain has gotten the lubricant on it, you're going to wait about a minute, sometimes up to 5 minutes, and then you'll take a rag, you'll hold it here, and then you'll wipe the lube entirely off, okay? That's gonna make sure that you don't collect dust and collect different gunk to get on your chain. It stays nice and clean. So, two different lubes that we have introduced into the shop now are rock and roll lubes, okay? We have the rock and roll extreme and the rock and roll absolute dry. Difference between these two lubes, extreme is made for all conditions. You can be riding in the wet, you can be riding in the dry, and it's going to keep your chain nice and lubricated. And dry lube is meant for dry conditions. So if you're only going to ride your bike outside when it's sunny out, you're never going to have to hit a puddle, this is going to be the kind of lube that you're going to want. The differences between the two, dry lube keeps your chain a little bit cleaner. It doesn't collect as much gunk, but if it rains, the lube comes off a little bit quicker. Wet lube holds up in all those wet conditions, but great thing about rock and roll lube is it still keeps your chain pretty clean compared to most other wet lubricants out there. Wet lube usually collects a lot of dust. This one does a great job of repelling that. If you do triathlon and you really worry about your speed, rock and roll lubes are very low in friction. So if you want to keep your chain running smooth and have the least amount of friction and the most amount of watts gained from your pedaling, this is the kind of lube that you're going to want to get. And we have it here at Blue Sky.